Alright, welcome back everyone to A Programmer Plays Ender Magnolia. In our previous episode, we started exploring the Crimson Forest. We did also take another stab at the boss up here, and honestly, had a kind of a bad time. I really thought that the exploration we did over here, picking up a couple extra levels, just getting some distance from that boss, was gonna make a big difference and make things not as much of a problem. And I'll be honest, I was dead wrong about that. We went back and I feel like I did worse than I did the first time I tried to fight him. So in this episode, I'm thinking we're just going to continue exploring over here. We will, I'm sure, pick up more levels as we do this. A little surprising that that's a... Ooh, hello. It's a little surprising that that is, all of these are doorways, finger quotes, that we're going through, as opposed to passages like this. Obviously this game has this style of passage a lot, and these little connecting lines are kind of the exception to the rule. I wonder if they chose to do this in order to make this overall map more legible. Because we can really easily see, this connects straight up to this and vice versa. So I'm suspecting that originally these were butted up to each other, and then for reasons they were separated apart. Really interesting thing to look at, though. And maybe, oh hey, level 17. Could be a case of they're this way in order to make it a little tougher, actually, to navigate, to make the whole area feel a little more involved. There's lots of options there. Okay, I was afraid of that. Alright, choices. Do we want to go left or do we want to go right? I kind of bet that going left will end up connecting us down to here, while going right would probably connect to this spot. Let's find out. Worst case scenario, obviously, we just do it again. Good. See, in this case, we've got a room that does do the thing. So, it's obviously not, this whole area doesn't do that. Super interesting. Okay, yes, I was right about how this connects. Excellent. So, we pick this up. Nice. So, maybe we've got choices now. Maybe we go back to that same spot and we go the other way. That feels nice and thorough to me. All right, what do we got down here? this room completed. And where are we now? Ah, okay, so there's a whole other room in here in the middle. Cool. Surprised that nice shortcuts. I love me some shortcuts. You know what, we'll go ahead and sit just to get that heal in. Is there anything I can upgrade? I mean, we can unlock this. Kind of holding off on that. I imagine ultimately we're going to have plenty of materials to upgrade our abilities, but since I don't think I'd use that, I'm starting to think what I should do is hold off until I have like an actual use case for it, just in case there's like chaining. Side note, I do want to point out that I appreciate, so we have the door marked on here. We also have the switch for the door marked on there. And I appreciate that they're both gone here. They could have easily left the symbols there and it would have been okay, that's slightly misleading. Or they could have had a like open door symbol right here, which maybe I would have preferred. But removing them entirely is a nice little just clarity thing. Like, we can see on the map that we can get through there. Ooh, you. Poor thing. Was it protecting the forest? Really interesting that we can talk to it, and that seems to be it. Genuinely surprised that I could make that jump. Ah, platforming skills. Beast Horn Ornament reduces damage taken from enemies by 15% when HP is full. An ornament carved from a beast of the forest. It grants protection to the bearer and may be considered an arcane instrument of sorts. It is said to have been treasured by the priestesses of the ancients. Alright, that completed the room, so... Alright, so we've got two here that she does the same bit of dialogue about. Interesting. Time was, they used to call this place the Sorcerer's Village. Wasn't sure if I could walk through that or not. No. Hey, I'm a little surprised that we could grab that. That's a fairly generous ledge grab. Spy's letter to the Elder. Invasion by Milius Homunculi imminent. They have their sights set on the wildlife. The Azure Forest is to be their testing ground. Interesting that we've got this door here that like we can just completely circumvent. This little weird house is such a Lilies looking house. I rather enjoy seeing that. Nice. Before we continue, let's get these materials. That's 36 materials. Eat those. Hey, nice. Look at this 4-stall looking machine. Ooh, and we've got a conversation. From what I've seen, it wasn't just homunculi being experimented on at the biological research facility. They were using creatures from the forest too, more than likely for their own magical potency. Is that how you got your wings? Yeah, but once they've got whatever they wanted, they'd cast us aside and move on. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. It's fine. It's all in the past now. I said it last episode, I'll probably say it again many times. I love these little conversations. They add so much more like depth and connection to our spirits, our homunculi. The previous game, we had a lot of connection to Umbral, and that was like the main one. Like the others, we didn't talk to them. I love that we're talking to our abilities now. It's a great way to do lore. The Blight's done a real number on the Crimson Forest. Time was, it looked nothing like it does now. No monsters, blue as far as the eye could see. So the Blight altered the very ecology itself. Harm is often swift and complete. Mending, however, rarely is. Words to live by. Do we ship those two? That would be interesting. Alright, so let me look at you again. Reduces damage taken from enemies by 15% when HP is full. That's really interesting. Because that's a pretty substantial decrease, but obviously it stops being true until you heal yourself again. So the utility of it is kind of a hard sell. Gosh, I'm getting to the point where I want to unlock this just so that it'll stop having the dot on there. Right, obviously, we need the ability to get through those in order to open that door. I'm suspicious that if we climb here, jump over, jump onto this, that we might be able to find something right there. Well, let's go test. We got time. I'm in no rush. Plus, extra materials. 37. What are those coins? We still don't know what the coins do. Hey, there is a thing here. What do we get? Increase maximum HP by 5. I'll happily take it. I don't know why I just walked into that one, but it's fine. Tell you what, the axe's ability to uppercut it feels a little broke, honestly. That one was also fairly silly of me. It's fine though. Do I? Yeah, I kind of do. Let's fast travel back to town. The reason being that I want to go ahead and purchase the next magic vial. Gosh, it costs 1,030. Getting more expensive. Next one, 1,300. But that gives us another point that we can work with. So we could take this off, and we could put this on, because I'm spending a lot more of my attacking time while I'm on the ground. So, now that we've done that, I kind of want to find out what that is. Like it probably connects to there, if I had to guess. Which would make it not terribly valuable. But I'm gonna take a step back and do a little more exploration, because we have, more spot. Like we never walked through this doorway, and it's right here, and who knows what coolness is there. All right, so that was fairly simple. Let's So yeah, we're doing another 1 point of damage just from that relic change per shot, which stacks up. I had spoken last time about how I feel like that could actually make a exactly that kind of difference. Could make a difference. Hey, there we go. Level 18. Excellent. Doing 1 more point of damage with the gun could make a pretty significant difference against the boss that we were having such a bad time on. Auto death because you hit the water. Wanted to see. Doesn't look to me like there's anything there that we can. Yeah, how did I know that there was going to be some shenanigans like this? Effigy reduces damage taken from enemies by 20% when HP is 50% or less. Okay, see, that seems a lot more useful than the beast necklace that we just found. An ancient talisman created by the Frosts. It has been crafted using resources from the forest that carry magic. It protects the bearer from mortal wounds. Alright, very cool. Nearly overlooked those materials, which would have been embarrassing. Can I... I'll need to go all the way to the end. Switch over, that's fine, we can do that. We're so shiny. Because your materials, gotcha. So from within here, if we go to the right, and now kill you, mostly for the XP, but also because I want that little bit of healing. So from here, we've never been down. Can't get in there because that's water. So let's see where this goes. All right, yeah, this opens this, which actually completes the room. Very cool. So, opening up shortcuts. Got this area basically figured out, other than, of course, the water situation. Are there any more doorways we haven't been through? I don't think so. I think we've completed all of that. So let's go to the next save, and then we'll move on. And let's look at that relic. How much does it cost? It costs 3, so... I think we'll go offensive for now. This one's, I think, probably better value than this. Even though this is twice as much, it's only twice as much when you're pretty low, so... yeah, we'll stick with that for now. Fast travel to here. And now we will see what's over here. I assume we're walking into a boss fight. Whoa! Big Wolf. I thought you were dead. Grim Reaper of Milius, you took the life of Lady Abelia. Abelia? After what you did, infiltrating our ranks, betraying our trust, how dare you show your face here? Lady Abelia, you have her blood on your hands, and I make you pay. Woof woof. No choice but to defend ourselves. This guy's interesting. He's I believe, a composite of... of 2D and 3D. Like, I think his main is mostly 2D. But his mouth is 3D. Alright, phase 1. Okay. I don't know. I have no explanations. It's really poor placing on my part. Whoa! Alright, we kinda need to heal again, but also... Definitely need to heal again. No! Oh, that was a pretty solid first run. We got that. Still feeling easier than that other boss that we encountered. Oh, that didn't count for... damage is pretty solid on the fire. Go ahead and pop this. It's early, but yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. I wanted to get Nola to be the last one to hit him. That sent, after all this time, to think I would be reunited with my kin. My apologies, young Frostituner, but I tired. The blight drove me to madness, causing me to strike down my brethren. Wait, who is this Abelia you spoke of? Cretin. You truly not remember. No matter, it will come to you. This attuner will see to that. Attuner, I have a request. Take my remains, my core and amplifier, to the elder of the village ahead. What remains of my strength and will, let them be passed on to my akin. They shall serve you well. Awoo! Oh, my kin, you are fortunate to have met one so noble. Let's go find the village elder. I'll carry your legacy with me. Interesting that we couldn't attune him or anything. Hello? Flower mutated by the blight. It feels as if it's calling out to someone. An attuner, however, did you reach this place? Are you the elder of the sorcerer's village? That I am, of what remains of it. This once pure forest has been turned into a maze of red death, and Viol, its guardian, driven to madness. But if you are here, I take it Viol has found peace. Viol wanted you to have this. Core amplifier. Woof woof. I see. It is to be passed down. Viol's legacy. You may entrust it to me. Whoa! Cool. Amazing. Is that really you, Hati? Woo! And so Viol's legacy lives on. I am certain it will prove useful. Hati looks happy too. Action Hati's Charge, a continuous unidirectional sprint atop Hati. Move more swiftly atop an enhanced Hati. New paths may be opened by charging through breakable walls. Charging into enemies causes damage and destroys their parts. Dash continuously while on the ground to mount Hati and accelerate into a powerful charge. Charging into enemies will cause damage and destroy their parts. Charging into growths in walls will reveal new paths and items. Okay, so we have a improved charge. An improved dash, I should say. Breaking enemy parts. Enemy parts can be destroyed when they take fall damage or are attacked with specific actions. Destroyed parts yield scrap, a special resource. However, note that there are enemies whose parts cannot be destroyed. Okay. So I initially thought like, oh, destroying their parts, that means that they're like not gonna drop stuff. But this actually sounds completely the opposite direction. Because we're destroying their parts, they're dropping more stuff. And some enemies just don't do that. Be careful out there. The ways of an attuner are not... The ways of an attuner will not protect you from the fumes forever. Viol and I, we also. We also what? You didn't finish your sentence. I may not look it, but I was a sorcerer once, or rather an attuner. My apologies. I didn't mean to go on. You said one sentence. It will come apart. It all came apart when the Frost started to follow House Milius and began aiding in their homunculus research. They even turned over the forest creatures, and in so doing, they angered the forest itself. What followed was divine retribution. Let's not disturb him. House Frost used to govern this village. It's all in the past now. They lived in structures built during the time of the ancients. Living as one with the forest, they conducted their studies into magic. Alright, so we can't like switch directions, which is what I wanted to know there. Findings, Cassia's Grimoire. Concerning the growths in the forest, when the inner core of a mutant bonds strongly with the blight, it manifests in the form of these barriers. Should one wish to destroy them, they would require magic linked deeply to the origin, such as that possessed by Viol, the Forest Guardian. Okay. Almost didn't register that there was a platform right there. Oh, okay. So they're teaching us right now that we can... Okay. Cool. Alright. So they're teaching us that we can charge even following a jump, which is good to know. Alright, there's something going on with this, which presumably we will do stuff with later. Does this carry across screens? It does. Fantastic. So I am gonna operate from the assumption that I need to that yeah, got it open. Update Grimoire. Unlocks new items that can be forged at crafteries. An excerpt from House Milius Grimoire. It contains plans for arcane instruments. Hell yeah. Not really, but it's fine. Okay. Oh, I wonder... Okay, yeah, we can't swim with him. That tracks. I wonder, actually, if maybe that is part of why this area has all those doors. The doors existing in order to keep us from... Okay, yeah, growth, Hati's charge. We can do that now. Cool. The doors keep us from being able to charge through the different doorways. That sort of makes sense to me. It's a weak-ish explanation, but... Hey, level 19. Okay, so we might... Oh, shit. Alright. I think we can do this. I just need to be better. So if I start running from here... See, we can't change directions, so I might need to start running from over here. That's tricky, alright. So maybe we need to come from higher up. Yeah, cool. Magic vial, hell yeah. I will happily take a magic vial. How did you know? Alright, that means everything except this lower blue section is done, so let's warp to here. Because this spot, we've not been able to do anything here, right? Yeah. Might be able... no, there's very clearly... I don't know if I can point to it. I don't think I can. What I'm reasonably confident is a hook shot point, so to speak. Let's go up here. We've never done that. I honestly don't remember why not. Probably just a case of I just never got around to it. Plethora of other options. Yeah, there's no block or anything. Just never went here. This feels like a trap. Book of the Blighted. Neither the body nor the mind can resist the blight. In time it assails even the soul, and rot consumes the whole. The rot exhibits remarkable regenerative properties, granting undying flesh to the blighted. In the process, however, the mind is consumed by the blight's rage until only madness remains. Only the miracle of the priestesses can bring salvation to the blighted. But yeah, so this is a recap of what we learned in the first game. Grimoire! Nice! Man, we haven't even, finished... we haven't even looked at the craftery since the last time. What am I trying to say here? We know that there's stuff that we haven't even, accessed with the craftery, because we just found a grimoire. At some point I want to check this out. We also need to revisit here, but that screams of hookshot point. This, I don't remember. Is there an elevator here that we just never activated? This was a jump that we couldn't quite make. Let's go ahead and go here. Now let's see what we can craft. So many things. Bone bangle, which is better than our left bracelet, it looks like, by a good chunk. A lot of heal potency there. Stone bangle, a little bit better than our left bracelet. We've got enhancer, improves stats but does not grant any additional actions. Arcane instruments that enhance one's stats capabilities, they are fashioned from magicite, imbuing them with magic in the process. But these are carapaces. I don't think we have a carapace. Full stop. So, protective carapace. Press ZR to activate a barrier that momentarily nullifies enemy attacks. When timed correctly, it unleashes a shockwave, knocking enemies back. Okay, so that sounds a lot like the parry. Ooh, we can get antiquated parts. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that. Dude, now we're poor. I'm going to grab this, but I really want to also grab that. I know that we just bought one, but getting two. Alright. Hey, we've obtained a carapace. So now, let me talk to you, because we have done haughty stuff. So, the restricted areas are bad news. Don't go letting your guard down. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. Okay, note to self: we can drop through platforms and still, charge haughty. Right. Now, with the thing that we've got, okay, we can unlock some new stuff. So we could unlock Bombard. Gosh, I have once again recorded most of an episode and forgotten to turn on my dang owl the whole time. I'm so bad about that. Alright, and just the benumbed howl. That's pretty cool. I could definitely see some utility in that. This seems good for crowds of enemies, which is not really what we're coming across at the moment. So we're gonna hold off on buying that. Yeah. Okay. We did get one more point, so I guess we'll go ahead and equip this, just to have used our point. Not gonna hurt us to get some extra levels early. Let's see. That's a growth that we can't get through yet, but we can get through this. So let's go grab that. Cool. And this confirms for us that we can charge as we go through rooms. The charge thing's great. Great, more health. 5 more. Was there anything else there? There's a door back the way that we came, but we're gonna go check it out. I wonder if we'll get an upgrade that lets us switch directions with Hati, because I would love that. Oh, interesting. New region, I assume. I was just talking about how I didn't have the owl out. Right, so that seems to be... Come on. Enemies that I have to do timing around. Hey, rude. Survey team's notes. Finally, at the crystalline realm. Need to be wary of the frigid fumes spewing from every corner. Highly dangerous. Pushing on with the aid of lower stratum depths survey team. Land of origin within our reach, but road ahead more treacherous than expected. Alright, status effect freeze. If Lilac or an enemy is hit by an ice-based attack, may inflict the freeze status effect. When an enemy is frozen, they will be rendered immobile for a period of time. When attacked, enemies will take greater damage, but will also be freed from their frozen state. When frozen, Lilac's movement will slow. So I will say, I like that we're getting these sort of drip feed, like, hey, every hour-ish of gameplay, let's introduce you to a new status effect. Obviously, that's easier said than done, because in practice, like, and we can see it here in this video, this is showing an ability which we got an episode or two ago. So we've had to sort of figure out freeze on our own, but it's entirely possible that someone wouldn't have gotten that upgrade, and so this would be the first time they're learning about it. And I like that the game is trying to pace the information out and like let you absorb stuff slower, because a lot of games are really bad about like, all right, let's introduce you to status effects. Here's 8 of them. Good luck remembering them all. Very lucky on my part with the timing. I wonder if there's a bit of sequencing there. That door opened with the key that we got forever ago. Fumes are even thicker down here. What is this place? I get what I'm supposed to be doing with those guys. I'm just bad at it. I run out of patience really quickly for dodging back behind those guys when they like are so quick to turn around. get parts from that? Getting parts here, so that's nice. Alright, so we've got a thing that we need to jump over. More HP, love it. Hey, level 20. Hello, you again? Levy! Yo! Thank goodness you're alive. That's my line. I've been looking all over for you. I'm sorry for making you worry. You've been collecting junk all this time? I thought I told you to stop. It's not safe. You know how it is. Everyone's got to pull their weight. Gordon can't do everything. Here, I want you to have this. Thanks for helping Yol. Mutated mineral. A rare mineral excavated from the magicite mines, permeated with fossilized blight. Curious item unearthed by Levy. Someone else may have further insight to offer. You sure? I don't even know what to do with it. You don't want it? No, I'll gladly take it. Thank you. Who knows? Maybe I'll find something even better next time. You don't have to, you know. I know you've got Old City to worry about. You know, I thought I'd never see Yol again, but I made a wish, and then you found him. I hope life gets easier for everyone in the lower stratum. If I had another wish like that, maybe it'll come true again. This is my way of helping. You know how dangerous it is outside, especially when you're alone. You sound just like Gordon, but you know I can take care of myself. Besides, I'm not alone. Anyway, see you around. Not alone. What did she mean by not alone? She haunted. Patterned notice. Warning. The burrowed beasts. They attack when their burrow is approached. These creatures are able to detect and consume magicite and are presently being studied at biological research facility. However, if you come across any, eliminate them as they impede our survey. The lower stratum depths survey team has already suffered enough casualties. Report eliminations to squad leader Lars. Okay. I assume those are the gross things that were those, the wormies. Oh. So we've got short-lived platforms, heard. Alright, so I suspect... Yeah, cool. This is feeling a little boss room-y. Not exactly boss, but certainly a big enemy. Or more! Unlocks new items that can be forged at crafteries. Wow. So many items. Oh, we never went down over there. Oops. Mistakes were made. It's fine. I'm assuming this will loop around. That's not helpful. Yeah, it's enough to kill. Survey Team Gauntlet increases the intensity of status effects inflicted on enemies by 10% when attacking. A sturdy gauntlet that was equipped by the lower stratum depths survey team. As the blighted fumes grew ever thicker, the survey team was equipped with specialized bodies and equipment to help withstand it. It's not even going to deal with him. Do I want? Yeah. I don't know if that's really worth the time to drop and harvest the other one. This is definitely worth it though. Okay. Given... Oh, hey, a conversation. The fumes affect both humans and homunculi. You have been exposed to them for some time now. How are you feeling? I'm okay for now, but the deeper we go, the harder it gets. Humans are more fragile than homunculi. If you sense discomfort, do not hesitate to speak up. Worried about me? Insofar as it would impede me. Alright, given... I really need to take a look at my stats right before I level up, just to like see how much they're changing, because I'm doing a really terrible job of remembering what the value was. I'm assuming from this little bar right here that we can get up to 5 heals, because we're 3/5 of the way full there. Heal potency, it looks like we can get it up to like 500 or 600. Similar values kind of across the board here, I would say. So yeah, we'll see what the values are. I just want to know how much are we leveling, how much are our stats affected by our level. Okay, before we end this episode, because we are getting close, since we found that grimoire, I want to go back here and see what new things are available at the craftery. It feels like there's so many things all the time. Alright, dagger bangle. I mean, that is just completely better than our left hand bracelet, which is pretty cool. What else do we have? We have leg enhancement gear. Slightly increases movement speed and jump height. Okay, slot 3, which is unfortunate. Word propagator speeds up healing ward propagator. The A's and the O's in this game do look pretty similar. Speeds up healing ward activation on arcane instrument fashion using a combination of magicite and magical formulae that accelerate the circulation of magic in one's body. And of course, some more parts. I mean, ultimately, I want to buy all of this, right? Losing some attack doesn't particularly appeal to me right now. Losing healing proficiency also doesn't. So this is what I want, but we just don't have the money for it at the moment. So yeah, we'll save our money for now. Which does feel a little silly that I just fast traveled to that. But hey, knowledge is power, right? Good pop. This is where we're gonna end this episode. YouTube, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, see you in the next episode. Bye.